everybody, welcome to the stream. I'm Heavenly Hedgehog and I hope that you are ready to have a good crafternoon. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on the Guild Wars 2 Sentinel outfit helm. It is going to look spectacular one way or another. So, I cut everything out this morning. I meant to get to it last night, but then I was tired, so I did not. That's how I roll. That's just the way I am. So, we have a bunch of pieces that need to be shaped. And a few that need to be sanded. So this is going to be so much fun. Because everybody likes sanding. That's the best part of making stuff. Yeah. Let's see. So, I am actually really excited about this helm. Because I love making helms. And I haven't really had a chance. Well, we did the Kador helm, so that's not. I was going to say we haven't had really a chance to do them since we did our Cyrus Mesa cosplay, but no, we made Kador, and he looked pretty great. I especially loved making the plume, which you can actually see right above my head right there. That was a lot of fun. So before we start sanding anything, I need to get stuff flattened out. Hi kitty, long time no see, how are you doing? Puppies, was that scary? Was that scary? So I'm just going over it with the heat gun to flatten it out, make it easier to sand. And then once I've gotten stuff sanded, then we're going to be curving things and getting them all shaped before we put it together. So one important thing, making another cosplay. What are you making now, kitty? So one important thing to keep in mind when you're using your heat gun, don't leave it too long in one part of the foam because you can burn the foam and it changes the texture, so it does show through in later stages if you do that. Also, don't touch yourself with the hot glue gun. This metal part right here, it's very hot. I speak from experience. Learn from my mistake. Don't touch it. A thief cosplay? Awesome. Is it someone's original work or is it from something? There we go. But yeah, I was kind of dumb when I was cutting these out. You see how I've got these little arrows in here that are marked? Yeah, that meant I was supposed to angle the cut when I cut these. And I didn't necessarily actually do that. Yeah. So that's part of what we're going to be sanding today, because look how nice and flat those are when you put them together. That's not what I want. It's not what I need. I need it to come to a point. I am kind of poking this around the barge glue because it will fall off the table and burn the carpet otherwise. Kitty, let me know if you want to share your reference picture. I have to give you permissions first. welcome. Puppies, Metamon gave you a cookie. Aren't you happy? They're happy. Go. Blueberry cookies for puppies. Shanks, ready? 1, 2, 3. Good catch, honey. Oh man, good job. 7, say please. Good girl, honey. Good girl. 7 cannot catch treats, but thank you for giving them cookies, Metamon. Alright, Kitty, let me know when you're ready to share and I will give you permissions. Nope, wrong thing. I cannot spell right now. Alright. I think that I did it right. There we go. Oh, very cool. That is awesome. Yeah, I can see how that, the dress is gonna be a bit tricky. But that is gonna look pretty cool, Kitty. Let me get my stuff back up. There we go. So where are you hoping to wear that when you make it? There we go. 2017 Comic-Con. You have a little bit of time then. It's a pretty good place to be. And you know I'm freaking out because I've got less than 4 months. Thank you for the share, Twitch host. Twitch share. The right words were in there somewhere. So as I'm sure you can guess, this is going to get really curved in just a little bit. But I need to do a little sanding right along here first, so I'm not doing that yet. Now one lucky thing is that these helms ended up being a lot fewer pieces than I thought. Sorry if I'm getting your elbow with the heat. Oh. Sorry if I'm getting you with the heat. Metamon, thank you for hosting. You are so nice. Goodness. That's right. You said you're doing that. How are your badges coming along? I know you said you were making some. By the way, Metamon, how are talks going with the new guy? The one who sounded awesome. Okay, let's see here. This helm. There's my mouse, there's my mouse. Alright, so it is a little pointy right on these ends. But it seems to come flat at about that part right there. So that's one of the bits that I need to sand. Now I did happen to find extremely heavy duty sandpaper. This is 60 grit. Take a look at... Oh, you can't see it. You cannot see how gritty the sandpaper is. Like, they literally just glued sand to paper. Kitty says hi.
Hi.
Sky says hi, Kitty. Yeah, you just work on your stuff until they figure their things out, Kitty. No point waiting and doing nothing. Oh! But he's going to Japan, that's cool! No, I'm jealous. Ah. But I'm glad that he's nice. Maybe you guys can plan to go to a different convention together. Now, I could do this with the Dremel, but I am mildly afraid of the Dremel. So we're doing this the hard way. And if I could somehow wrap it around here. Maybe, maybe. Hold it. So 60 grit sandpaper removes stuff very quickly. So don't get your fingers with 60 grit sandpaper. It's gonna scratch you up pretty good. Yeah, that is hard. Oh, sorry about the sandpaper sound. At least I'm not sanding styrofoam this time. Yeah, and trips to Japan are not cheap. So I can see how doubling the cost would not be ideal. So you can kind of see how it's getting all chewed up by that sandpaper. Oh, you like the sound? Oh, good. I've had people complain about my sanding before. But sanding happens. It just has to. Yeah, this would be easier with a Dremel, I'm sure. I'm scared of the Dremel. I ruin things with the Dremel. Maybe in the future you'll be able to plan another trip to Japan together. Think long term. Making this any closer to the angle I want. Not really. I might need you to grab the Dremel, Sky.
Mm-hmm.
This is too slow.
Yep.
By which I mean, can you go grab the Dremel? Okay. Yeah, this guy's gonna go grab the Dremel. I'm gonna have to brave my fear. It's all soft now. It makes it all fuzzy. You can clean up your edges after you sand it with your heat gun. No Dremel. We're gonna try the Dremel. It's gonna be loud. Sorry. Ooh, Pokemon theme. Nice. The sandpaper is just too slow.
Good job.
Thank you. You plug it in over there. Alright, Dremel. It's just you and me. Alright. Metamon, thanks for giving the puppies another cookie. Cookie for puppies. Ready, Shanks? 1, 2, 3. Good catch, honey. 7. You want your cookie? There you go. Oh, come on. I know you like them. You like them enough to eat them. I'm gonna have to get a different cookie. Here we go. Puppies love you too, Metamon. Alright, I'm gonna mute this real quick. I should do this on high, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Didn't ruin it yet. I hope. I may have oversanded. Also, I should be wearing better eye protection. Uh-huh. I don't know where my goggles went. They're somewhere in the garage. Be better than me. Use eye protection. Yep, 7 is so lazy. So lazy when it comes to these cookies. You can see it's a little bit more angled now, right there. Kitty, thank you for giving the puppies a cookie! Puppies! Puppies! There we go! Ready, Shanks? 1, 2, 3. You got it! Good boy! 7! Go get it! She doesn't want to move. Thanks for giving them a cookie, Kitty. Cover that up. They are good. They've got so many cookies left. Although, actually, I am starting to get able to see the bottom of the jar. Look at all them cookies. He is on full cookie alert. That's my boy. That's my boy. Where'd you go wrong? What happened, kitty? What do you think's gone wrong? I'm gonna stand for a minute while you type. You sewed a bit that needed sewing but it isn't lined up properly. Just undo this. Just rip out the seam and try it again. As long as it's not a huge mistake. If it's just one seam though, you should be able to fix it pretty quick. Don't freak out. There. And see how it goes together now? Sorry. I should also be wearing a breather. Or something. Ooh. Oh, you're running out of thread? Ooh. It is a hard position to be in. There goes there. Now, this guy. When can you get more thread, kitty? Yeah, get your dinner, Benamon. Did you hand sew it or did you do it with a machine? Okay, well if you hand sewed it, then you can likely salvage the thread that you used for that initial seam. You may need a little bit more for the end since you don't have that extra bit that you used to tie it off if you already cut that. But yeah, you may need to take out that whole stitch and then just try to reuse, try to reuse that thread that you used the first time around. That way you don't have to go anywhere right now. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. don't need to sand this side except for just a little notch right in here, I think. Alright, let's get this one. Yeah, just stay calm, kitty. It's not the end of the world. You can fix it. Oh, you made the cut wrong? Oh no! That's a bit harder to fix. Do you have extra fabric so you can redo it, or are you gonna have to make it work? Wing it. Seven, where are you taking the blanket?
Off camera. That's your goal.
She's nesting. Is it a design that you can modify at all to make those cuts work, kitty? That's what I was saying. Let's see here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna turn off the sound again. least you can see where you can fix it. Just take your time, kitty.
Yeah. Six.
Don't rush this fix.
Six. What are you doing?
Alright, turning off the sound again. Alright. So I just cut some notches in right there. So that these pieces, when I start gluing, they'll come in and they'll come right behind it right there. Like, you can't see that at all. There. So I can get it right in there. We'll see if it works. If not, then I'll make a new helm.
So are we gonna have any like layering like we did with those ones? Because I think that really helped them maintain their shape.
Most of these don't have that kind of layering. Yours has a little bit.
Can you spin the model around a bit?
Yeah, see, mine doesn't.
Well, it looks like the front wing bits that come down are raised a bit from the back, at least.
These ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be additional foam though.
Instead of having the back piece like...
Yeah, because it's a
underneath
top
it.
detail. These wings, the big tall ones, right there, those are a separate piece.
Which ones?
These tall ones.
Yeah, but I mean the ones that come down in front of the face.
Yeah, those are just a detail piece. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Which X-Men, Madamon? Which X-Men are you watching? If it doesn't work, then we'll just make a new one. Alright. I'm just gonna clean this one up real quick. You have no idea? It does make it a bit harder to identify, doesn't it? Alright, alright. I think I got... Yep. I've got foam in my lipstick. And lipstick on my hand. I'm stupid. Oh, X-Men First Class. That was a good one. That was one of the good X-Men movies. I'm looking forward to X-Men Apocalypse. Oh, good. I'm glad you're able to fix it, Kitty. Move that. It's time to start shaping. See if I've done this right. Well, we'll see. Figure it out. One way or another. These might be too big. Shit. We'll see. I don't know until I get it together. High? I use it on high. Oh, I'm glad that your puppy is acting a bit nicer to you, Kitty. And one cool thing about foam is that it can stretch a bit. So you can make more complex curves than you think. Puppies! Metamon gave you another cookie! There we go! You ready, Shanks? 1, 2, 3. Good catch, honey. You are on a roll today. 7. Go get it. She does not want to move. Thanks for giving them another cookie, Metamon. Shanks. Shanks loves his cookies. 7 likes them too. She just doesn't want to show it as much. She's my shy puppy. She is tough. She's not as food motivated as Shanks is, so she's a little bit tricky. But I still love her. I think this will help. Yeah, that'll help a lot. Okay. So kind of brought this in a bit. Curve that a bit, and then rounded it out that way too. Oh, this is so clean because this is a new jar. That's the old jar. Not so clean. We just wipe it down every single time we use it so that the lid doesn't stick to it. By the way, hi Apara, welcome to the stream. You working on anything cool today? Yes, having a new jar. Key to keeping it clean. So luckily I am going to be able to do some reshaping once I get it all glued on, because barge glue doesn't melt the way hot glue does. So I can actually reshape it. Go. Just getting that rounded out. Fallout Tactics concept art powered armor. That sounds impressive. Do you have any pictures? Those two. And I'm also going to be shaping these two pieces. There goes the Dremel. I'm going to melt that Sharpie if I'm not careful. Dremel, what are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Let's put that over there. And Instagram, you say? Well, just going for it is definitely a good way to learn. That's how we do it. Let's see. Search the Broham. Very cool. I have followed you on Instagram. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress pictures. By the way, Kitty, you met him on. Do you have Instagram? I will follow you. I want to see your cosplays too. Oh, Kitty, I've done that before. But yeah, Pada, if you have any questions about foam, I'll do my best to answer. Made a few things. I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I am at least experienced. I've got some answers. Of course, I wouldn't call myself an expert at anything. My self-esteem is too low to allow that. I have been cosplaying for 10 years, and we've been doing foam for... This is going to be the 3rd year doing foam. We've got a full set of armor in the garage that's mostly done, and we need to fix it up. And then we are making 2 more sets for PAX West this year. One of which is that Sentinel's armor right there. Alright, kitty. It'll follow you on Twitter, kitty, so I can see your progress pictures. Yeah, lots of cosplay. And we always go big. We never start off small. We're like, what? First time doing armor? Full set of armor. Let's go. Let's do it. It looked good in pictures. A lot of problems, but we went for it, and it worked out. So yeah, these helms, yep, go big, go home. Or go home. Keyword. That's how we roll. That's how we do it.
You just go big and then you go home.
Go big and then you go home. Okay. But yeah, this armor, it looks complicated, but once we take the time to really sit down, break it down, plan it out, it's not actually going to be as hard as it might look. So starting with the helm, it actually ended up being fewer pieces than I thought. It's going to be a bit of detail work and then some, like, you know, thin foam things as well, but not as many separate pieces as it could be. You should see the Balthazar's helm, which we're going to be doing too. That looks complicated, but is turning out to be not quite so scary as I thought. I still think it's funny how you manipulate me into doing the cosplays you want.
Yep.
Sky has been wanting... Oh, I've got our big sword right there. That was from our gigantic cosplay. We did Aisling and Kador. You can see the Kador helm. Let me move my head right there. I still love that plume and the fact that it has a mustache. So yeah, that sword... It does light up. It's actually vacuum formed plastic with a resin cast handle. Our first time doing resin and our first time working with vacuum formed pieces, we ended up getting them professionally done because we don't have a vacuum former, especially not one that big. But it lights up and it looks like a lightsaber in pictures. It's so fun. Alright, kitty, I will take a look. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So Sky has been wanting to do the Balthazar's armor pretty much since it came out, I think? Or since the first time we did armor. The first time he realized that we could possibly make it. But he knows me so well. He knows that if he gives me an idea that I think is impossible, he has to give it to me at least 6 months in advance before we have to start building it. Because over the course of that 6 months, even if I'm not actively thinking about it, part of my brain is just going, well, maybe we could do it. Maybe we could. And all those maybes add up to, in 6 months' time, yeah, sure, we can do that. And that's how we're doing Guild Wars armor. So applying lots of glue. I got the windows open so that I don't poison myself with glue fumes. That's how it goes, kitty. That's how it goes. You gotta try to be on top of it and cleaning up as you work, which I don't do because I'm lazy. Yeah, creating patterns can be hard. My favorite patterning method for anything foam is basically use foil and tape. So the way that we did these, which you can see some of the pictures on my Instagram and also in one of the previous streams, is basically kind of wrap the top of our heads in foil and then took some poster board, folded it in half to cover the front plate and to cover the back plate. And then from there, just drew on it all the different shapes that we would need. Cut out from there, made my pattern pieces off of that. If you check out Evil Ted Smith on YouTube, he's got a lot of great tutorials for how to make foam pieces, foam armor pieces, starting from the patterning. But I have had a lot of success with the tape and foil method. Which is what he shows you too. Go. Trying to do my best to get that glue all the way up on the edges so that I get clean seams. Thank you for the follow, Apara. Welcome to the shrubbery. Oh, good. You do follow them. Awesome. YouTube is such a great resource for cosplay. I call it the school of YouTube. And I have learned so much from it. By the way, Apara, you may need to resign yourself to making some pieces multiple times. That's one reason why I work in foam, because it's not such a big deal when you do make a big mistake. It's cheap, so it's easy to just redo something. But especially when you're first figuring out a pattern, you could always trace your pattern out on the poster board and make a poster board version of your armor first, just to see kind of how everything's going to work and if there's anything big you need to change. That way you're not wasting your final materials. Ooh, 3D print. Nice. I want a 3D printer. Ugh. What kind of stuff have you been printing? Yeah, like the suit of armor we've got down in the garage, we made the whole thing out of poster board first, so that we could make the big fixes. Now, poster board doesn't act exactly the same as foam, but it's close enough. It gives you an idea of what's going to work and what's really, really not. Ooh, very cool. .3D printing would be so handy for stuff like small details like gems, things like that. Have you seen Melissa Ng's work? That's Ing as in NG. She 3D prints whole sets of armor now. Or at least she has done one set and she's working on her second. She does a lot of really intricate masks, all 3D printed. I'm looking forward to seeing that helmet when it's done. I love helms. They're so iconic to any armor. Are you listening to my Hime?
What?
Are you listening to my Hime?
I'm trying to drown you out because I'm working.
Sorry.
Love you.
Sorry, love you. He's working from home. Oh, go. Let's move this. And go over there. So, Katie, as far as your bow and arrows go, hello there, Bart. I am making a helm. That helm that you see right over there from Guild Wars 2, the Sentinel outfit. We're going to be wearing it to PAX West this year. So Kitty, before you make a bow and arrows, make sure you check out the rules for the convention you're going to. Chances are they do not allow any projectiles or anything that could possibly be construed as a projectile. So you may need to make sure that your arrows are fixed into your quiver so that they can't be launched. And you might also need to leave out the string on your bow. Or if you do have a string, make sure that it's kind of pretty slack. It's a tall order, but I believe in myself. I think we can do it. We're also going to be making the Balthazar's armor, the Balthazar's regalia. So this is easy mode compared to that. Go. Oh, gotta get in here too. So this is helmet attempt number 1, and fingers crossed, the only helmet attempt for this one. We'll see how it goes. 11 minutes till dinner. Ugh, making me hungry, Metamon. Always making me hungry. Yeah, that's gonna be a good plan there, Kitty. You don't want to make something cool, then get to your convention and find out they won't let you in. That is just the worst. I imagine. I haven't had that happen to me. There we go. I'm just getting all my edges glued down, or glued up, and then we'll figure it out. I did! So I've got Kador's helm from the game Gigantic. Let's see. That was from last year. We have done some lighting. There was lighting in the helm right there around the eyes to get them glowing. You can see there's kind of blue in there from Blue Tool to light up so that the glow is blue instead of just white. The sword for Aisling and Kador. We actually had 2 of them, but we gave one to the studio that made the game. That has a light that goes all the way through it, from, you know, there to the tip. And so it looks like a giant lightsaber. Hello there! I can't read your name on this. I can't. Oh, shoot. Usario? Hello to you too. Sorry, I have really bad eyes, so I have trouble reading from this distance. So yep, we made the sword, and then we've got Issa's helm from Infinity Blade 3, and Cyrus's helm, also from Infinity Blade 3, and the Taito mask, which I made because I thought it looked cool, also from the game Gigantic. Isn't Shanks cute? Shanks, you're so cute. And Seven keeps inching her way off screen. She's a shy puppy. Now, we've done some lighting, and actually I'm going to be doing more lighting this year, both with this armor, the Balthasar's Regalia, and I'm making a Mother of the Ironwood cosplay from the Ironwood world, from the Penny Arcade comic. And that's going to have basically a whole bunch of flowers that all have little lights in them. It's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to look pretty. I've still got a lot to learn myself, Apara. But seriously, if you have any questions about cosplay stuff, about foam, I'm more than happy to answer the best I can. Thank you, Bart. I know there's so many games and comics and everything out these days, it's kind of hard to know where everything's from. I haven't been to an anime convention in a while, but I know that the last few years we had some friends who went, so we picked them up, we'd go get some lunch. And every single time, like, I don't recognize any of these cosplayers. I don't. There's just so many animes now. Oh, Katie, you should get some sleep then. Don't let me keep you up. I'm always happy to help a fellow cosplayer, Para. So you're just getting into cosplay then? For the first time? Or have you made anything before? Have you made any costumes for yourself before? Hi, Mini-Me. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you so much for asking. Wednesday was a better day as far as my sinuses went, and yesterday was perfectly fine. And luckily that has continued through to today. Because having your face hurt sucks. And I'm glad that it's over. Yep. There's just so much stuff that people cosplay now. Go. Yeah, one key thing to worry about for your barge glue, don't let the cap glue to the can. It's hard to get back off. Let's put that over there. So we've got a few minutes that we're going to have to wait for this to dry so that I can start trying to assemble it. So these pieces are going to be coming up. And what I'm going to end up doing once... Kitty, listen to your body. Go get some sleep if you need it. Bart, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the shrubbery. I hope you are having a good crafternoon. I might need to do some sanding down here. Dremel, where'd you go? Oh, heat gun, you are still hot. Where are you still hot? There we go. Sorry, just real quick. gonna be noisy. There we go. There you go. I'm not entirely sure how long this will take to make. The whole armor. I've got 4 months. We have to have this done by the end of August so that we can ship it up to Seattle. The helm should be done fairly soon. And then it's time to start on the armor. Once we really get into it, once we start patterning and we're just on a roll, then it goes fairly quick. We learned in January that we can finish a suit of armor in a month if we're really, really working on it. And that's kind of what we're going to have to do. Because we have the one in the garage to finish up. We have these 2 pieces to completely do. And then I've got my Mother of the Ironwood, and some fix-ups to do with Aisling with that sword over there, and a couple of things with her costume and her wig. So it's probably going to take the full 4 months. But hopefully we can have construction done, fingers crossed, being ambitious, by the end of June. If we can have construction mostly done, I say mostly because let's face it, I'm probably not going to have it done by the end of June. But if we can get construction mostly done by the end of June so that we're actually starting to paint by July, we are going to be in a much better position than we have been for cosplays in the past. But I know I'm slow, and I always take longer than I think I will. Luckily, since we're doing so much foam, Sky is going to be able to help out a lot. When it's just sewing, it's kind of just me. Yeah, you got a ways to go. A lot of drawing to do. So this is one of the horns, the one that we were working on I think we were working on Tuesday? June 18th, is that your birthday, kitty? This is the horn for my Mother of the Ironwood cosplay. I've got one more that I still need to put together. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat gun to this and see how it settles. Because when I shaped the pieces before I put them all together, I kind of went a little bit extreme. Nothing wrong with that, but now I want it to relax a bit. Now luckily these are tree branches, so they don't need to be really smooth. And also, I want to make a note that you can see how like some of these seams are split. I didn't get the glue in there really well, they didn't come together really nice. If I was making this for like one of these armor pieces right here, I would go back in with super glue, close everything back up. But because this is a tree branch, I need it to look like bark. Ugh. So I am going to be coating it in tissue paper, just like this. So these seams don't really matter to me. It doesn't make a big deal if they are rough. But for smooth stuff like that armor, it's going to be a bigger deal. But man, these seams split a lot more than I was anticipating. But this is a really tight curve, so I'm not entirely surprised. Go. Surprise myself with some heat. I'm fine. Hi, Pink Skull. Welcome. How are you doing today? There we go. So you can kind of see it right here. I messed up my cuts. I angled one that didn't need to be angled, and now it's kind of wonky. But again, doesn't really matter. This is a tree branch. Tree branches are kind of wonky, so not a big deal. Now, one nice thing about going over everything with your heat gun afterwards is that it smooths stuff out. So if you have anything that got kind of wrinkly and it's no longer smooth, take a heat gun to it again. Oop. Burn your foam with your heat gun. Awesome. And, no, don't burn your foam with your heat gun. That's just me saying that that's what I've done. Take your heat gun over it again, just a light pass, and it should even out the outer layer once more. So yeah, I still have the ends to add on. And actually, I probably want to heat these up and try to shape them a bit better. I'm just gonna hold it like that. But this actually ended up looking pretty much the way I wanted it to. I wanted it curved a little bit more, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to manage that without it warping and making some weird creases. I'll figure that out once I get everything else attached. Kind of tree branchy. The texture is going to help a lot, and there's going to be flowers on the ends of it with lights in the flowers. I think it's going to look pretty good. Back over there with you. Okay, it's going to be fine. I burnt my foam just a little bit by putting the heat gun too close to it, but it's okay. It's on an edge. It's not going to make a big difference. It's going to be fine. See. Make sure everything's still going. Okay, looks like it's still running. Just checking. So, waiting for glue to dry. It takes about 15 minutes for the barge glue to get to the point where you can use it. And then it should be workable for about 24 hours afterwards, depending on, you know, humidity and heat and all that. Now, one thing Sky always likes to do, which I might do now, is he likes to put on a second layer of glue. That really strengthens the connection so you don't get those splits like I had in the tree branches. Alright, kitty. I hope you have a good night, get some sleep. There we go. That'll make a difference, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to want to go over this again and get a little bit more glue in there so that it holds. Although we're coming up on the end of the stream. So I'm going to add that glue now. We're going to go see Captain America this afternoon. Thank you so much for not trolling me, Bart. I appreciate that. You have a good night, kitty, and have a better tomorrow. Hi, Bart. I'm glad that you decided to stop in, even if you were planning to troll. It meant that you did come in and you said hi. And that's awesome. I love it when people stop in. And I do get some very charming trolls. I do. I'm just rambling now. We can blame the glue. There we go. Just adding on that second layer, like I said, to strengthen the connections and to avoid, the best we can, the splits that we had in the other, in those tree branch that I was showing you. No, I don't. I am planning to set up a tip jar soon. I've been saying that for a month. Mostly I do this for fun. Go. I know you guys, glue is so exciting. Glue is the most exciting thing ever. There you go. About as exciting as sanding, right? Oh no, I don't make any money from Twitch. I am not quite that awesome yet. Yep, mini-me, so much glue. So much glue. I have my bot. I've got my husband as a mod. And I manage pretty well by myself at this point in time. Hopefully in the future, I will need mods. Right now I'm doing okay. There we go. I'm adding on the second layer of glue like you do. Being all pro. And hopefully right about at 2, I'll be able to put this together. So the glue should hold better on this than on the tree branch, just because it's not quite so tightly wound. The foam won't be fighting it quite so much. Oh, no, I already get that. Thanks for the warning, though, but no, I've already experienced that. My ban button gets a pretty good workout sometimes. But I do appreciate you warning me. Dinner at 11. That sounds like us. Eating real late. Yes, the trolls came early. Yep, better late than never, Metamon. You gotta eat after all. Oh, that's my husband. He's working now, so we're not going to be bothering him. Ooh. He may show up on my 7 o'clock stream later on tonight. I'm already bothering him by being all noisy in here. There we go. So yeah, Apara, one more way. Hi there, Rabbit Coon. Oh, he's a programmer. How are you doing, Rabbit? Are you still getting set up to start your own streaming? But yeah, Apara, one of the good ways to keep your barge glue clean is to only take out as much as you need. That's why you see me taking that time to scrape off the brush before I take it out, so that I don't get huge drips everywhere. Oh, I need to wipe that off. Oh man! I'm looking forward to your first streams, Rabbit Coon. You make me wish I spent any time at all trying to improve my drawing skills. You are so good. There we go. Oh, Metamon, I missed that you gave them a cookie. I'm sorry. Sorry, Sky. I'm so noisy. I'm so noisy. Let me finish up this glue, and I will get them their cookie. Oh, I don't think I've got anything to teach you. It's been a while since I drew anything seriously. Go. Alright. Puppies, Metamon gave you another cookie. There we go. Cookies for puppies. Ready, Shanks? 1, 2, 3. Good catch! You are just on fire! 7. There's your cookie. She wants her cookie, but she won't get up. Oh, 7. Did I already do this one? I think I did this one. Fingers crossed. Did I already do this one? Do you guys remember? I hope I did. Seems wet. I did this one. I don't know if I did this one. Alright, close this up. Come on. There we go. Put that right over there. So you guys, one thing I forgot to mention, I hope that I did that one already. Yes, it's very dangerous, but very awesome glue. So you guys, if you are planning to do anything with foam, you're going to want a Dremel. And I definitely recommend getting one with a cord. We've tried both. We've got a cord Dremel and we've got a battery powered Dremel, or rechargeable rather. And that rechargeable Dremel runs out in like 15 minutes. This one, because it plugs in, it's more powerful and it doesn't give up. So I definitely recommend getting a plug-in Dremel. They're kind of pricey, but they're worth it.
Weird lighting going on.
Yeah, it's probably because the blinds are waiting.
But they're not.
I don't know then. Mystery. Mystery lighting. Let's go. Yeah, I think I did this one. It's looking pretty shiny.
You ready to start assembling them?
In just a few minutes. Okay. I put on a second layer of glue. I know we gotta get going soon.
Yep.
We're gonna go see Civil War. I have heard that it's really good. We tried to go last night, but the showing we wanted was full. We were hopeful that a small theater in not a big town would work, but no. We were too hopeful. Have you guys seen it yet? Don't spoil anything if you have. I'm picking glue off my hands, by the way. Let's see. Ah, you can't see it till Sunday? Hi there, rogue zombie! You should get your boyfriend to go with you. I have heard so many good things about it. So yeah, so things I still have to do. I have not yet cut out the bird that's on the front of the helm. Puppy's get a cookie! Cookies for puppies. Shanks, you know what's up, don't you? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I threw it short. That's my fault. Did you get it? Did you get it, bud? 7. Sweet girl. Go get it. I have to throw the cookie at her. You do what you got to, rogue zombie. You do what you have to get him to that theater. Say, we're going on a date. No other options. I've heard really good things about it. I'm so excited. So excited. I have not read the comic event yet. I have not done that.
I believe it's significantly different, so.
Probably. It's exclamation mark puppies. And that gives the dogs a cookie. I've got the jar open and ready. So I know that's kind of... We're waiting right now. Glue happens. It'll dry pretty quick. And then we'll put this together. I still have to do... Thank you for giving them a cookie, Bart. More cookies for puppies. Shanks, you're ready. You see him nosing at my hand? He knows. He knows. 1, 2, 3. Ah! I complimented him too much. Now we can't catch it anymore. It's totally not my fault at all. Ready, honey? There you go. There's your cookie. She's sad in her cookie. These are healthy cookies. They're blueberry. I made sure they were low calorie. And I do adjust their dinner to compensate for however many cookies they do get. How many cookies they get a day depends on you guys. And also depends on if I'm vacuuming, because then they get a lot of cookies to keep them from barking. Oh yeah, the lighting is... I saw it just flashing green and red. Weird! I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why. So yeah, I've still got to cut out this bird. I'm going to be doing that in the thick foam. That's going to be this stuff right here. They are... I think they are Neutro. I think this is a Neutro blueberry cookie. Or a multi-berry cookie. They smell like blueberry muffins. Hi there, Dusty. How are you doing this afternoon? So I've still got to cut that out, and there's going to be a lot of shaping and sanding and detail work on there. Hammershaw, welcome back, and thank you again for your help with Dark Souls 3. Oh, I managed to get farther after you guys left. And because you guys told me there were secret passages, I found another one. All by myself. I was so proud of me. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of detail work, a lot of shaping, a lot of sanding. So, it's going to be fun. And then I've got the little details like right there. And right up along here with kind of bird feathers. I don't know if I remember you, Dusty, because my memory for names is non-existent. Almost non-existent. So I am sorry. Can you refresh my memory? It's nothing personal, I promise. But yeah, so I'm going to be carving in all those feather detail lines. What I need to do is take a screenshot, go through it with GIMP, and kind of, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist like that, find out how the lines go, so I'm not just winging it. Okay, it is your first time. Well, that means that no, I don't remember you. I barely remember people that I have met. And then same thing with this one down here along the cheek. That's also going to have the detail lines cut in, opened up with the heat gun. It's going to look good. It always looks good. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that technique actually with like all of these pieces that have any kind of feathering. I do my best to be honest. What song is this? I don't know if I'm in the mood for that right now. I'm gonna change it. There we go. Hi, Two Bears! Welcome back! Basically, if you talk with me about cosplay, then I remember you. Or if you're like Hammershaw and you help me through the trauma that is Dark Souls 3. It's so bad at work. We get people who come in and I'm like, if I don't know your dog, then I don't remember you. Metamon. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of work to do still, a lot of little detail things, but first we need to see if the overall shape is going to work out. That's why I'm not yet getting into this and carving this, because I want to make sure things are gonna be okay. A little more drying to do, not too much, and then we should be able to put it together. Yeah, once we get this in, I may need to end up gluing some black tulle along the front to help keep those cheeks in if they don't stay in. And then we may need to get me a Zentai mask. That's a full cover face mask that you can see through, so that you can't see me through this armor. That is a lot of cookies, Venomon. No, I don't have any song requests up. I'm sorry. By the way, if you can't tell, I've got the game open and we're just screenshotting it for the references. Or we're just screen capturing for references. So yeah, the Balthazar's helm is going to be a lot more complicated because it's got 7 big horns that we need to balance and secure. We're going to end up having to back the inside of the helm with some Warbler to help make sure that it's not going to, the weight of it's not going to warp it. And also it's got these weird like tendril dreadlock things coming out the back, which I think looks stupid, but it's part of the helm, so we have to do it. These shoulders are going to be interesting. I'm going to have to sculpt those out of paper, the same way I did the tree branch horns, and then use that tin foil and tape method to get the pattern. gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm actually really looking forward to this armor. One of the reasons that we chose Astrid is still Fluffy for the moment. We have not yet had time to shave her, but we will. Don't worry, she's not escaping that metamon. Oh, you're gonna go see it too, Two Bears? Oh, we're gonna go see it in just a little bit. I think I'm gonna start gluing things because you're reminding me that we need to leave soon. So I'm going to be a lot more careful with my seams this time than I was with the tree branches because I need them to be smoother. Hiccup's doing fine. Getting the dogs into trouble all the time, as he does. I swear it's his only joy in life. Still mostly blind. I don't think that's changing. He's actually been pretty quiet today, lots of sleeping. Oh yeah? We'll have to check out that trailer then, Hammershaw. Battlefield, you say? And that's right, Two Bears, I saw your Black Panther costume. Very nice. So I may need to come in here with my Dremel later and just round this out right there. This is my favorite part of working with foam. Gluing everything together and seeing it finally look like what it's supposed to look like. Alright, after this. Now, one thing that you should do that I did not do because I forgot is registration marks, which if you see here, all those hash marks, yeah, I don't have those on this helm, and I should. Alright, let's see here. Maybe stretched a bit much. Too late now. It's committed. I will show you this in just 1 second. There we go. It's alright, Hammershaw. Thank you so much for stopping in to say hi. Sorry if I'm not talking too much while I'm gluing stuff together. I'm concentrating. Left hand does not know what to do.
Chicago, July 9th. You can't define summer in one word, but you can in one place. For upcoming events, go to LasVegas.com. Paid for by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority.
It's fine. It nearly glued to the wrong part. Can do cosplay. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing this afternoon? That is something that we are going to be experimenting with a lot this year. Apara. Oh, thank you for the host can do cosplay. We're still figuring that out. In the past, we have used just Velcro, and it does tend to come off, especially if it's full armor and you do tend to sweat. If you do use Velcro, and because pretty much you do have to use Velcro at some point, I recommend using your using super glue to attach the Velcro. First of all, don't use hot glue, don't use barge glue. Those will sweat off. We've done it. So use super glue to do any Velcro attachments. Don't rely on that adhesive either that is already got on there. If you use the self-adhering Velcro, super glue it. We are going to be coming up with a more complicated buckle and strapping system this year. We kind of started experimenting with it with the other suit of armor we've got, so we will be showing that once we get to that point. That's a little bit down the road. That's going to be more kind of July, August, that kind of work. But there will be Velcro, but we're also going to be doing strappy things to help keep everything in. Velcro alone doesn't really have enough pull, even if you use the really strong stuff, to keep your armor together. Glad to hear you're doing well, Can Do Cosplay. Oh dear. This is going to be interesting. Alright. I am taking my time getting this lined up. If you do use barge glue, you can get a solvent. So if you do make any big mistakes, you can remove the pieces that you messed up. I do not have this solvent, so I just have to be careful. Which I was just not careful. There we go. And this is where an extra pair of hands could come in handy. But I can manage this on my own. And that wasn't a dig at you or anything, honey.
Okay.
Just so you know, I'm just saying it. If I needed your help, I would ask for your help. So luckily, like, I do have 24 hours to work with this glue, so if anything does start to split, I can still pinch it together later on. Ooh. Sorry, really focusing right now. Oh, why is this not sticking? Why are you not sticking? So I am likely going to need to go over this with sandpaper later on, and super glue to help close up this huge gap that is happening. I don't know why.
What do you have again?
Huge gap right there.
You have some?
You guys can see that. Whew. I know, right, Rabbit-kun? This is the best part. I swear that I glued all of it. I just don't know why it's not sticking. But we can go in, we can get some super glue.
It looks like this ridge right here didn't get glued.
Ah, damn it. Alright, let me see. Because
I got it a little close.
I'll have to go in with more glue then.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm gonna need to come in with some sandpaper later on to smooth this out. And that's okay. We're just about done. And then we can head out to the movies.
Yep.
Oops, oops, oops. Alright, shove that in there. So I may have dremeled these a bit too much. Oh, you know what part of the problem is? I never dremeled the point into that piece right there. Right there. So it's fighting me a bit. And Metamon, I see that you gave the puppies more cookies. Give me just 1 second. Alright. So this may need to be adjusted a bit because as you can see, these pieces come all the way together and they should be more like that.
Yeah, when we put in the wings, because those will be holding this kind of outward, supposed to be. When that outward.
Well, they're not supposed to come out like that. They're not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be coming out farther.
Okay.
And this is, again, why I work with Helm. I figured that we'd have to redo the first part. We'd have to redo it after the first try anyway.
Yeah, if we reinforce it a little bit. So like
It's
around,
not the reinforcement that's the problem. They're
No.
coming too close together.
But what I mean is like around this part. If we were to shave this down and then put a second layer,
Well, there is supposed to be a detail piece on there anyway.
yeah, then we could hold it out like that a bit more.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll take a look at it later.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Don't put it against the heat gun. Cookies for puppies. Shanks, you ready? 1, 2, 3. You missed again! Oh, his hot streak is done. So that voice is my husband, Sky. 7. 7. Oh my goodness. 7. We can only see your butt now. Are you going to actually come and get your cookie? There you go, honey. There you go. Alright, you guys. So, a little bit of tweaking needs to be done. This is definitely coming in way too tight right here. So I'm going to need to figure out how to fix that. Maybe reduce the curve there. A little bit of stuff to do. But this was a test helm. At least we got this general shape looking pretty good. I do, because hedgehogs eat beetles. I don't, but hedgehogs do. Alright. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to turn this around. He's been fighting an uphill battle. Thank you guys for joining me for Good Crafternoon. I'm Heavenly Hedgehog. This has been attempt number 1 at the Guild Wars 2 Sentinel outfit helm. It's close. It's close. We're just going to tweak it a bit. I hope... Oh, glitter? Awesome. I hope that you guys had a great time and that you have an even better rest of your day and amazing tomorrow. I'll be back again at 7 o'clock tonight with Gigantic Cosplay. I will be hosting that show right out here on my stream. So, if you don't want to go find that link down below in my description, you can just hang out right here. That's going to be in... Oh, we got to get going. A few hours. It's 2:30 here right now. Do the math yourself. 7 o'clock tonight. I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye! Oh, where's my